All right, people. I'm going to answer a question for you all today that I have to answer often. So I figure it's time for me to enter into the true advantages of the digital age and do it here on this handy dandy video recording. And that way, anybody who has a question about it can refer to this video and I don't have to explain it a million times. So why is Jetty pro-black? Why do I call myself a blacktivist? Okay, first of all, it's important to note that pro-black does not mean anti anything else. My claiming to be pro-black in no way, shape, or form is that meant to say that I do not work for the uplifting of all people who are oppressed, that I do not stand for social justice in all its forms. I absolutely do. I absolutely believe that we all have a responsibility to create a global culture of justice, which is lacking. And so, with that being said, how does one get from a global concept of justice to being pro-black or a blacktivist? In short, and some of you know I'm not very good at making things brief, but I'm going to try. In short, here's where I'm at with it. When you go to the emergency room, you will be triaged. And what happens during this process is the severity of your condition is determined. They're going to go over all of your symptoms. They're going to look you over, check you over, and determine, let's say, for example, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being most severe, 1 being it's really not that big of a deal, they're going to determine how severe your condition is. Why are they doing this? Because chances are you were not the only person who has come to the emergency room at that time, and they need to know who to treat first. If I come into the emergency room and perhaps I've got a twisted ankle and I am sitting there waiting, and then in the door comes someone with a stab wound, though I may have been waiting for longer, that person, when they go through triage, they're going to go right back and see the doctor, and I'm going to be left waiting because their condition is more severe than mine, correct? And some of us have been the person in the waiting room like, oh my God, 50 people have come in here and they have seen them and I'm still waiting. That is because of the process of triaging and determining whose issues are the most pressing, right? And so that's actually quite fair. It would be a shame for the doctor to take me because I got there first and let the stab wound person bleed to death while they are like icing my ankle and doing all of this. That would be an injustice. So, if we look at America and we triage the different people groups in America, and I don't want to take this time to get into the whole we are all one, we are all the same, no, we're different. I don't want to get into that debate. We'll do that at another time. Right now, we're going to go with the premise that we're all different, right? We've got Asian folks and we've got Indian folks and we've got all kinds of folks and we've got black folks, right? Black folks are a certain population. So if we triage America and we say, man, America is in trouble, America is the emergency room, you've got all of these people who are suffering here in America, and we do the triage, you are going to determine that Black America is in the worst condition. Statistically speaking, we are not progressing. We are barely, we are barely surviving. We are hemorrhaging. We are dying on the table. And so you can discover this through any any set of statistics you really want to look at, you're going to find that Black people are going to be in the bottom rank in terms of, if you look at wealth creation, if you look at education, if you look at family strength and structure, if you look at self-esteem, if you look at all kinds of areas, you're going to look at these charts, and on a national level, Black folks are going to be at the bottom of these charts. That is has been very strategically and intentionally created. We'll talk about that in a minute, but it is what it is. There's no arguing with it. That does not mean that other people are not oppressed, that other people do not have social issues here in America that definitely need to be addressed. But if you look at the overall condition of Black people in America, we are in the worst shape. And so me being a just person that I am, and being called to the ministry of healing and edifying and uplifting, I really have no choice but to put my focus first on Black America. Until we have stabilized ourselves as a people, it is downright unjust of me to take my energy and go and treat other people who are also oppressed and definitely in need of care and attention. The Black population has the most dire condition, and therefore I have determined that that is where my energy is best spent. We've got to stop the bleeding. We've got to stabilize the heart rate. All of these things that the stab wound victim is going to need, that the ankle twist victim is not going to need. You don't leave the stab wound victim to go and fool with the ankle until the stab wound victim is stabilized. We are not stabilized. We are in critical condition and therefore need immediate attention. And that is why I am pro-Black. So I hope that clears that up for you guys. Of course, I welcome feedback, discussion, all of that. Please feel free. Check me out, jeditab.wix.com/jeditab-hefzibah. Or I guess follow me on Twitter and Facebook and all that good stuff. JEDITAB, Jeditab. That would be me. I'm looking forward to getting better at these video posts. We'll see how this one goes. God bless. Thanks for listening. Hit me back, share, like, follow. Let's do this thing called revolution. I'm serious about this thing, and I hope that you are too. We're going to get somewhere. We will win this war.